Hello guys, welcome back to the comic book podcast for the 1st of July. Happy Canada Day, by the way, everyone. And
Yay!
reminded, thanks to Scott, I would have forgot if it wasn't for him. Whoops. But yeah, we've got 5 people today. So we've got Howler Mouse,
Greetings and salutations, people.
MAWWW1,
Ahoy hoy!
Costa Brumstar,
Hello, it's me speaking to you with my voice.
and Captain Cummins.
Whoop, whoop! And who are you, my good man?
I am Jay McLavin.
The man with the voice of silk.
Is that how you pronounce that? McLavin?
McLavin.
I thought it was. I truthfully, I thought that was McLovin, and you were like off that one movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, you're McLovin?
I played him, yeah.
See, you're drunk already, aren't you? 2 minutes in and he's hammered.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you guys. Which comic book company is on top at the moment, would you say?
Image.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep.
Yep. I would say Marvel, but Avengers versus X-Men. Yeah.
See our other podcasts for more detailed information about Avengers. More slating on the other podcast. Yeah. Anyone read Planetoid?
Oh, I loved it.
Oh, yes.
Very good. Very simple storyline, but it was told really well within like that first issue, and I can't wait for the second one.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
I mean, this is a spoiler podcast, is it not? We can talk about stuff, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Spoiler
Yeah.
alert. Go.
I mean, the premise for it is simple. I mean, it's just a guy who crash lands on a planet, and the whole planet is basically made up of, I don't know, spare parts and like machinery and seas of oil and stuff like that. And he does meet up with some other humans, and he's just trying to figure out what the heck's going on. So it's pretty early on in the book, but it's so fun.
Yeah.
It's like crash landing on Wally's World almost,
Yeah.
but more deadly.
I want to see more about his gun. It's like, just took out that
Yeah.
thing in one go. It's like, what the hell was that? But yeah, looking forward to seeing what kind of gun that is.
Yeah. It's a big boom gun.
make things go bye bye.
Yeah. The bye-bye gun.
Is anybody else reading Mondo by Ted McKeever?
No.
I
said-
picked that up. I picked it up and I read it at the comic book store, but I didn't end up getting it. But I should get it. It's pretty
It's
cool.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
It's got giant mutated chickens and talking eggs and.
I mean, that's perfect, man. Mutated chickens is like right up there with talking monkeys, really.
You know, in Family Guy, where Peter Griffin has the fight with the giant chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second issue is just like a whole episode of Family Guy with the giant chicken and Peter fighting, but with more muscles.
Nice.
And people get hit, and it's like people being buses being picked up and thrown at chickens and that, and
Nice.
it's fantastic.
Jump in the bus.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're going to get hate mail from the chicken lovers of the world.
the
Those
egg
guys,
council's going to hate us.
those guys shouldn't be around. Chicken lovers. That's disgusting.
There's a chicken plucker on every corner.
Issue number 5 of Dick's has got chickens in it, I think.
and they call me the Colonel. But
Wow.
Wow.
Just thinking about that cover. Ah,
Hey, let's talk
Yeah,
about
it-
Sextillion.
yeah.
In Saga.
No, I'm just kidding. Actually, we already talked about that, didn't we?
I was like, again?
I actually had to. I've only seen the splash page for that comic, and I've actually had to explain to people what those are. Yes. You have the comic.
You don't get Saga, do you, Tim? Like you guys don't get it there.
No.
There's
And it's
no
just-
Saga in Virginia.
Oh man.
Doesn't exist.
Well, he could order it off Midtown if he wanted to.
No, it won't even go into the state, man. Like it gets.
Would
to
it
the border
disappear?
and they destroy it? Yeah, no Saga in Virginia.
Because I saw all the issues on the comic shelf the other day. I was going to buy them and make it to them, but they would probably burn them, wouldn't they?
I think they would just spontaneously disappear in the mail once they reach it crosses the state line. They transport back to Sextillion or something.
What if you took a cover of Avengers vs. X-Men number 5 and stuck it around Saga number 4 and then sent it?
No, you're thinking.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. I like it. Yeah.
We could get a whole bunch of issues of Banjo Quarterly, and we could send all the Saga issues to you.
See, and then I would actually burn them. I mean, it just. And a banjo is such a happy instrument,
I know it is. It,
Ding,
it
ding,
re-
ding, 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 ding.
unless you're in the woods and you're somehow your pants got taken down.
Only the chickens get nervous up here, man.
Only the chickens.
I saw they re-released Deliverance today. I was in Walmart and they had it on Blu-ray for $5, and I can't buy that movie to this day. It scares me.
Yeah, I like to say that is down in Georgia. That's not in Virginia, but that's still too close for me. So.
Is that where it's supposed to be? It was in Georgia?
Yeah, I have always thought that movie was actually based on some kind of fact somewhere, because somewhere back in the day, I actually read the article where they really did flood this town in Georgia, like they were talking about the movie. So I've always kind of wondered.
Yeah, I think you're right, because I remember reading something about that once.
Yeah, and the banjo kid on the porch, if you watch real close, that guy really looked like that, but there's nothing wrong with him. And there, you can see the pair of hands coming out from behind him. They had a different banjo player playing. The guy had to sit underneath them.
Oh, see, and here I thought he was like a mutant or something the whole time.
I did. Yeah. Good time.
I thought it was a mutant.
I did. I thought because I remember he looked all weird because of his arms and stuff, and I thought, oh, maybe he's supposed to be like a mutant, and he's got like Down syndrome too, or something.
You see, that's the comic of the movie we need to do. We need to take Deliverance, take the mutants, and have it be inbred aliens. I mean, so see what their bands sound like. So.
Oh, yeah.
Squeal like a kumquat.
Like a kumquat.
Oh boy.
Dingoes ate the kumquats.
Yeah, when I was a kid watching Sesame Street in school, I got so offended because they had a planet called Wussbane, and I thought that sounded so dirty. Then they sang a song about kumquats, and I was like, those bastards. Kids are watching.
They were probably the aliens that stood back in the background going, what?
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep.
I hated those things.
I think I seen one of them in a panel of Saga Sextillion, actually.
You also saw what was that guy's
Barney. Yeah, Barney with a big rubber. Never mind.
Chicken.
Yeah, it's rubber chicken. Bugcock.
I got a chicken joke, but it'll sound bad if you got a perverted mind.
No chance of that happening.
What does a man with a 2-foot cock eat for breakfast? I had cereal this morning. Bok bok.
That's bad.
Talking about chickens, man. Roosters.
I'm writing that down, actually.
Yeah, that's one hell of a big ticket you got there.
I had a couple of Italians that worked out a lot of that one.
Are they in the Bronx? Oh, wait, sorry.
Hey, has everybody canceled Age of Apocalypse?
I have.
I've-
I only got to issue 2 and I was done.
Because it has like the coolest covers, but I never hear anybody reviewing it.
There's too many
No, I-
X-Men stuff, man. Too many X-Men. I'm gonna get the Extreme X-Men when it comes out, just because it looks like it's like a Western X-Men, which is I kind of dig on the whole spaghetti Western mutant thing. So
You know what? For a while there, the 90s came back. Rob Liefeld's doing, like, work, you know, these books. They brought back Age of Apocalypse, you know.
doing work. He was all like drawn and stuff.
Those
I'm not-
pouches were so big again.
Collars
Yeah.
are back in fashion.
There were feet and ankles and everything.
Yeah. I'm not going to call it art. He was doing work. So
It's everywhere.
today's his 17th anniversary wedding, 17th year of being married. He put it on Facebook today. And how it ended up on my Facebook page, I have no idea.
He wanted you to know personally.
I don't know. You know, he said he's a lucky man, and I'm like, you certainly are. You know?
I couldn't believe his wife's dress with all those pouches, though. I guess it was for rice, she said, but it just looked weird because they were all up and down the arms too. But
I was just surprised she had ankles. So.
And her waist, it was only, what, about 2 inches?
yeah.
She had 2 left feet.
Pick her up with one hand and just like run with her.
Oh, Rob Liefeld. Thank you for showing up and giving us something to laugh about. So,
I want to see a comic book that's written by Scott Liddell and drawn by Rob Liefeld.
Hey, did anybody know that next week He-Man and the Masters of the Universe is coming out?
Yeah, I can't wait.
I saw that
James,
this morning.
James Robinson's writing it, so there actually might be something there worth looking at. So,
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll pick that up and check it out, really.
James Robinson's writing it.
Yeah.
yeah.
So does that mean
Alright.
Man at Arms is going to be gay?
Didn't you see that mustache in the cartoon? Wasn't it obvious?
Oh my
He did look a bit Village People, I'll admit. Yeah.
Yeah. But he had a daughter, no wife. Think about it, man. You know. I tried watching the He-Man cartoon. I would get off the bus and run home to be home by 5 o'clock to watch He-Man every day. I watched it about 2 years ago on Netflix. What happened? You know? What happened? You know, everybody's wearing.
Orko looks a little bit like the native guy from the Village People in it. So
Oh my god! Yeah.
You know, I can't dance to YMCA because I'm dyslexic. It just looks a mess. It really does.
Oh god, that's so wrong. I feel bad for that.
Oh, and another thing, guys. You guys probably already know the Infernal Man thing comes out next week. It says here on the description, it says the story no one thought existed. No ads, bonus content.
it's the actual. It's the last issue of the first run of the Steve Gerber. It's one that he's had done for a long time, but I guess they're going to publish it. I can't wait.
I heard Kevin Nolan did the art, so that should be like solid. And I want to buy it, even though it doesn't say it's a giant size man thing. I'll still grab it. So
Yeah.
It's
Even though
eternal.
it,
You'll grab your man thing.
yes.
and put it in plastic right away. So
You got to wrap
That's
your man
the-
thing up.
That's the safest thing to do.
With your giant sized man thing.
and it's a Steve Gerber giant size man thing, so that's going to be even better. I mean, that thing's going to hold up.
Remember, it's not the size of the man thing; it's what you do with it.
It's how many
Yeah, like-
mushrooms it's how many mushrooms are growing on it.
Yeah, like a battering on a crack house. So. I'm
Man
glad we
thing.
man thing. Yeah, man thing.
All right, so
Nice segue.
From
is
Rob
anybody
Lock-
else getting Popeye, or am I the only one?
No, I'm not getting
I must be the only one. It's
The
got
last
Rob
Pop-
Liefeld.
The last Popeye I got, he married Olive Oil finally. Peter David wrote it.
Yeah, and this one he's not married again to olive oil.
They
Is it from
rebooted him?
50
What's that?
They rebooted him?
Yeah, they rebooted Popeye. It's pretty good though. He's not
Man,
married
they're
to olive oil,
rebooting
but yes.
You know, he's been AWOL for 80 years. I keep waiting for him to tag him. So,
Yeah.
He's never on a ship. He's got the uniform.
Well, he was one of the village people too, I think, originally.
Ah, it's all coming together.
Young man.
Skidoo.
Get
Olive.
a-
The souls I can stand no more.
Gonna finish that spinach?
Did you guys like the Popeye movie that came out like 30 years ago?
With Robin Williams in it.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious. Not for the right reasons, but
Much like is Popeye but like on crack.
that's Robin Williams.
Is that movie hard to find over there? Because I cannot find that movie here. To
It was
skin
in
it up.
It was in $5 bins at Walmart for like 3 years.
Oh man, I have never seen it here ever.
If I see it, I'll mail it to you.
Okay, cool. And I can't find Amazing Fantasy 15 either. So if you see one of them, just
I got two of those in my room. I'll go.
okay, cool.
Walmart. Yeah, it's in Walmart in the $5 bin.
Yay!
And people at Walmart don't read. That's why there are so many. So, sorry.
Exactly. There was a guy. Okay, I gotta. Okay, here's my Walmart story. So we go in today because Sherry had to look for a couple things. So they had a whole rack of Disney box sets like the DuckTales, Tailspins, all that kind of stuff. Darkwing Duck. So I was going through it to see if they had complete sets of stuff so I could buy them all, and they didn't. But I picked up something for my nephew. I got the complete Wallace and Gromit collection for like $5, stuff like that. So there's this guy in there. Now, do you guys have this happen a lot when you're looking through videos and they have the little kiosks in the middle of the rows, and usually if there's two people there, you can't look real well. It's one person to a side. Really, that's how it should be. So I'm looking, and this guy comes right up, like he's standing beside me, but then he's touching me, like he's right up on me. And I had my hand in one little row looking at these, and he put his hand behind mine, like he touched my hand and was going through the same ones. And I'm thinking, something's wrong. Like it's like, I don't know if he thought, I was his wife or something. Like he was touching my hand. So I kind of went to the other side and I started going through there, and he come around there, stood real close to me, and I looked at him, and he kind of smiled at me. So I just left because I thought, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not going to jail for beating some 80. Well, he was in 80. He was like maybe 52 or 52. Like I know he's 52. I don't know. But anyways, he creeped me out, and I'm pretty sure he had cheese on his face. And
Was it like
my
nacho
wife
cheese or?
I don't know. No, it
Velveeta?
looked like a Kraft single slice that he didn't get all the way down. Like it was. Anyways, it was bad. Man.
The first thing popping in my head, Walmart wise, and there's been many, is the guy who's probably 300 pounds had skinny jeans on with a thong sticking out.
And you know that you're just so tempted to grab that thing and tug as hard as you can and just jam a quarter down that crack, but
I wasn't touching nothing.
I just try to look forward and walk through Walmart as fast as I can when I'm in there. Eyes forward, don't look at nothing.
Yeah. I got stuck in line, and I think I was actually the mean one this time. But it was bizarre. This happened in the same day, same line. I'll make it quick. There's a little kid in front of me, and you can just kind of tell he was just really socially awkward. And he was just sitting there just talking to me about music and had a Pearl Jam CD. And he just looked at me and was like, I really love Pearl Jam. I'm like, I bet you do. And so we get up in line, and this lady in front of me bought like Meet the Fockers, that movie.
I love that film.
And apparently she didn't realize that there's 2 O's and not a UC in that movie. And she's sitting there yelling in front of everybody, I love this movie. Meet the blanks. I love them.
oh man, Walmart is just one of those social backward places, but I love going there. They have good deals, but you always, like, I've never gone there and not seen somebody who just looked like they got hit by a bus. I mean, there's always somebody that looks like they just came in and something really wrong just happened to them. I love it.
Oh, I'll tell you one even better though. A better store than that, and I know Howler Mouse knows about it. Big Lots. Like that store is like Walmart, but way back, even backwards than that. I mean, you won't see even normal people in there.
We just got one of those. Yeah, and you're right, man. We just got one. I don't think they're in Canada, but we had like a Liquidation World place, and it turned into a Big Lots. And I don't know what happened, but oh man, like the people who don't go to Walmart because it's like, too classy, they end up going to Big Lots.
But you can find DVDs for like $2.
Yeah, but it's not worth it, man, because you get stuck in line behind people that smell like rhinoceroses, and they got like 42 like friggin' pot noodles in their cart.
When we got our Big Lots, the first day that it opened, well, the first day that I made it there after it opened, I walk up and there's these 2 women, woman and a mom, dressed exactly alike, same bun in their hair, red shirts, turtlenecks, and they had and the lady had her 7-year-old little boy in a red wagon that you pull, and he was 7 years old, and they had him in a bonnet and a gigantic like nightgown for a baby that closes at the feet, and he was on his knees preaching hellfire and brimstone.
Are you kidding?
No.
What the? Oh my gosh, man!
Welcome to Big Lots, Canada.
You're welcome to it.
I'd probably take my shoe off and start beating him with it.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah, I was thinking nice wagon,
nice wagon.
May I say that I think maybe that this may be the perfect podcast team up right here, all of us. I think that this is. I have to say that I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that there's some kind of magic right now.
So we don't have Walmarts and whatever the other one was called in England, so I can't join in.
Oh, you don't have Walmart there, man?
No, we don't have Walmart. No.
What do you have that's close to that?
He doesn't know what Walmart is.
Lidl.
Lidl.
It's like a
Liddles.
Walmart's like a store where they got everything that you need, but you
Yeah.
don't want to go to buy it there.
Yeah, that sounds like Lidl.
Okay, well, in the States, there's Walgreens, right? And I've been
Yeah.
in there, and I like that. And Target, I love Target. I think that we're getting a Target here because they're closing all of our Zellers, and I heard that maybe Target's going to take over Zellers. So I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, thumbs up for Targets, man. No bad experiences there. Catch a good deal every now and then. Yeah,
Yeah.
Target's cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
I
Who knew?
suppose, I suppose Target's a bit like Asda.
I
Alsta.
don't know. It's pretty much like Walmart, except I don't know.
We have the works. Just any video that anybody's done in the last 3 days from the UK, just watch them. They'll mention the works.
Yeah.
I was about to say that. I was waiting for more. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
it's been Commandy in the works for like 3 days.
Hey, back to comics for just a second. Remember how? I think that's why we're here. I'm not sure. Remember how some of us were talking about how much we love Oni Press?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I see. I'm so excited about this. They are re-releasing a whole whack of Greg Rucka stuff that he had done for Oni Press. Like they're re-releasing Whiteout. They're re-releasing all the Queen and Country. And they're re-releasing Local again, which is so exciting because there's so many people that have not read that yet.
Brilliant.
So I just yeah, isn't that awesome, man? Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the Whiteout stuff because I missed that the first time, and then when I got the movie, somebody said, "Oh, that's a comic," and I actually argued with them. I'm like, "No, it isn't. I've never heard of that," and then I found out it was. So
Yeah, Oni's got so much stuff. They need to do that with more stuff because when they were starting out, I mean, nobody heard of those books. I mean, they've just got.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been around for a long time too. I think like since like '98 or something.
Yeah.
So they've just got the ultimate whale of stuff, and that was a good time because everybody's so disappointed with Marvel and DC and everything. I mean, with Image hitting big and IDW putting out some good stuff, Oni Press just needs to jump in there. So that's good news.
Definitely.
yeah, I agree.
Is anybody reading The Secret History of D.B. Cooper?
I missed out on that.
No, that's really good. Really good. Really trippy as well.
Phil's got to go. See you, brother.
Bye.
Ta-da, Phil.
He's got lunch guests this evening, so.
Yeah, drink
dear.
one for me, Phil. Drink one for me.
Yeah. And I see also, I don't know if there's any Simon or Kirby fans here.
Who?
Never heard of them.
There is a big, huge collection of science fiction stories that Simon and Kirby did that is coming out in a big hardcover. Oh, I can't wait, man. It's like 320 pages, and it's all friggin' stuff from like the 50s. Like, just, oh man, it looks so awesome, and it's so affordable. It's only like $49, man. So that's
that's awesome.
exciting. What's that?
I hope they sneak in some Wally Wood and Jack Kirby sci-fi stuff. It's all the best
It is.
stuff.
It's in there. Yeah. There's like Al Williamson. There's Torres. Wally's in there too, and who's the other guy? Reed Crandall. I don't know. I can't remember who that is, but yeah. So there's a lot of good stuff, man. The Wally Wood stuff, especially, just so good.
Yeah, Wally Wood, Inc. and Jack Kirby. If people have not seen that, do a freaking Google search now, man. It's beautiful work. Beautiful.
Right now. Stop the podcast and go now and download something, read it, weep, and then come back. Listen to the rest of the podcast and be amazed.
I hate this. I'm going blank, but they actually had a series. Wally Wood and Jack Kirby actually had a series they tried to put out like for a comic strip or something, and those pages are beautiful. I mean, I don't know where to find them. I've just seen them on on the internet. So then come back to our podcast because there's more chicken jokes coming.
Awesome.
Oh,
Pure
God.
awesomeness.
Yes.
That sounds
What's
like
what's something that you guys have like read, let's say this year so far, 2012, that any kind of standalone book or one shot or anything like that, any kind of publication have you read that's really just, you know, it doesn't have to be from this year, but I'm just saying, like, have you read anything this year that's just been really amazing?
Oh man. Yeah, y'all go ahead. I've got to think for a second.
I was going to say that as well, actually.
Hold on. Let me look at my shelf.
I mean, this year there's been so much good stuff come out.
It has been a good year, hasn't it?
Yeah, but seeing it, most of it hasn't come from the big two.
No, and I think that's just damn well terrific.
I thought it was just me. I thought I was the only one that was sitting there thinking, DC and Marvel are churning out garbage at the moment. But no, they're Infinity Vacation.
I don't know what that was.
It's from Image Comics.
Okay.
It's about a guy who is just a normal guy, and in this universe that he lives in, people can travel through different dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out that somebody is killing this guy who, strangely enough, has got a really great name. He's called Mark. And people are killing this guy through different dimensions. And he ends up meeting up with himself, but from different dimensions and that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
I can't remember who writes it. Hang on a second. There's only one more issue to come out, and I haven't got a clue when it's coming out. It's supposed to be out in May, but didn't turn up. So I don't know if there's a problem with it or not. Kevin Smith's not writing it, so it should be okay.
I remember you were telling me about that when we met up. Like,
Yeah. Yes, but Image Comics. And I can't find anything on the internet.
Mark Grunwald, Greg Capallo.
Okay. I'm going to write that down and see if my guy can get that for me. It sounds good. I think one of the things that happens, like with real comic collectors, when I say that, there are comic collectors who collect, but they regardless of whether or not they just collect the big two or not, they will find something that they read, and it will catapult them into like the next wave of comic book reading. Like, I mean, we have quite a community here where, I mean, yeah, we read some Marvel and DC and stuff, but it seems like people are really getting turned on to, like, you know, stuff from Image and Oni and some of all these other publications. And they are, you know, it's not the capes, it's not the power books that much anymore. It's other stuff, and it's just, it seems to be really, really good. And then you got the other collectors that only collect the big two because I think they think that that's, you know, what you're supposed to do, and they've not been able to break out of that mentality or that shell of, you know, well, I don't, you know, I like superheroes so much that I don't know if I would like anything else. And I don't know about you guys, when I discovered the other side to comics, where it's like slice of life comics or like detective or horror or whatever, when I discovered that, it was like a whole new realm of comic book possibilities opened up.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, you were going to say?
Go right ahead, Mark. It's all right.
Oh, well, I was going to say, it was only about 12 years ago. The only comic company I would read was DC Comics.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't buy any Marvel, none of the independents. I only bought DC Comics. I nearly bought every single comic that DC brought out in the year.
Right.
And then I think it was around the time Garth Ennis went to Marvel with the Punisher,
Okay.
and I picked up his Punisher comics now because I'm a big Garth Ennis fan,
Right.
and that just opened the floodgates for me. That was when I started buying everything: Marvel, Image, Dark Horse.
Right.
You name it, I was getting it, sort of thing.
And then I guess that's the difference is when you discover somebody, and it's not like from an artistic point where it's the art, but the writing is just like, wow, this is like, the writing is so incredible that it just makes you want to explore other avenues.
Yeah. And the funny thing is now, because of the reboot of DC Comics, I think there's only about 3 or 4 DC Comics I actually get now.
Yeah.
Because there's only 3 or 4 DC Comics that I can stand reading because the rest of them are so terrible.
I know.
In my opinion,
Yeah, I agree with you, and I'm more sad about that fact, I think, than anything else in comics right now, because I love the DC characters. Like Tim, Howler Mouse to me is one of these guys that, like, when I think of DC characters, I see him like laying, like this Renaissance picture of a young naked man laying amid strewn copies of DC with roses. Like he's just he's one of these guys.
Commandy in a play.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
An OMAC over each nipple.
But
okay. Yeah.
Sorry for that image, but like. He's one of those guys that is so passionate about DC characters and history and everything else. And now, when I think of DC, I see him as this poor broken child on his knees, weeping almost, because I know that he must feel like a sense of pain because of what has happened, and I'm sure that Tim loves DC even more than I do, and it saddens me because like there's so much potential there, but they have so many books out that they're so lackluster. I don't even understand why they would make these comics.
Yeah, what's going on? If I can jump in here, I mean, is that okay, guys? I mean, since I'm not naked on the floor or nothing, but I'm going to continue here. What's happened is that, like, my interpretation is that Marvel and DC have both really disappointed me. Marvel more than DC, because Marvel had a higher standard of their continuity, what they brought to the book, one world. One of the first books that I read of Fantastic Four was The Coming of Gabriel the Airwalker, with Galactus coming back. I don't know if you guys remember this, but they showed a big panel. This is a Marvel Treasury edition, huge to a little kid, and it's showing Gabriel blowing the horn, bringing Judgment Day, and New York falling apart, and people on the ground in just droves in the streets of New York, looking up to the sky. This is what could happen. Oh my God, stop this! Right? Now you have Marvel, who's crapped on their continuity for 10 years. Death means nothing in Marvel. Nobody's going to die. If they do, they're going to come back. There's no tension. And they destroyed their villains. Punisher choked out Tiger Shark. I mean, that's what I'm getting at. Okay, now,
I remember that video.
Yeah. I mean, it's bigger than what people. Yeah, and then DC has a 5-year plan with their books. Well, they don't feel like they're going anywhere. I can read a good story here and there. Batman's good, but 52 books and people will talk about 3 of them: Swamp Thing, Animal-Man, and Batman. That's wrong. Then they give us. Then they give us variety and they get rid of it. OMAC was completely different. That was the best Marvel book by DC. Much like Avengers Forever was the last great miniseries, a DC story in a Marvel book. I mean, I can go on and on, but I mean, just and who's the exciting books? The independent guys, and it's like the early '80s all over again before Watchmen popped up.
Yes.
It's going to survive, but it's going to be because of all these guys. Marvel has tapped people from the independents when Quesada came on to do their books. Mike Allred, Robert Kirkman. That's where the talent's going to come from. These guys that are underground, or as much as you can be these days. That's the future. And they'll figure it out when the money hits. Aquaman outsold every freaking Marvel book back in January. That's a wake up call.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, thank you. I'm done. Yeah.
But these are all like really valid points, though. And I mean, like I said, when true collectors get together and they talk about what they love about comic books, and you see there's a common thread, and the common thread in this instance is that we are not happy with two of the biggest publications in the industry, and they have some of the best characters ever designed in the history of comic books, then like something's amiss. Something's wrong.
And you know what? And we got a right to say something. Internet has always been full of people who you just can't make happy with comics. They've always been there. Okay? But what's going on now is that it's real. When your job, the only job you have is to make comic books, what's the freaking problem? That's your job. You have plenty of time. Take a freaking drive and get an idea. I mean, so there's more Superman to be told. So.
Yeah. But
and I guess.
Need armor.
No kidding, man.
What did he say? The armor?
Yeah.
He said he doesn't need armor. It's like,
well, you know what? After that god awful '90s outfit where he's dressed in blue and he's all electric, I'm all right with the armor. Go back to that. Supergirl's wearing that emblem. I'm always reminded.
There's a couple of the Zero issues that are coming out from DC that I want to pick up, but mainly just for the covers. Did you guys see the Batgirl image? That is a beautiful picture. I mean,
Did you see nice. Did you see the Catwoman that everybody got mad about?
Yeah, like
for you guys that don't know, she was able to like bend her body where you can see down her cleavage, like in everybody's shot they take for Facebook with their phone, but you can also see her butt. So they've actually had people draw anatomically what your spine would have to do that. And I'm sitting here going, that's a lot of work for a cover,
Yeah, exactly. I just like seeing any girl in like rubbery latex stuff personally. So anybody who can draw that stuff that actually looks like rubber is good in my books.
I'm a fishnet guy, but I ain't gonna complain.
Well, I like both together actually. Rubber and fishnet, that's all good.
I'm pleading the fifth.
Well, speaking of rubber and fishnet, does everybody know that Jay's a big metalhead? Like when it comes to music.
Well, yeah, I know that. Because Jay was saying that he likes Guns N' Roses, right?
Yeah.
Metallica.
Metallica. That's right. That's what it was. It was Metallica. Yeah.
Metallica rules.
Yeah. Then he whipped out Iron Maiden on me, and I about fell down. I'm like, yes,
Do you like Motorhead at all, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am like the hugest Motorhead fan. That's one of my guilty little pleasures.
Sweet.
I love Lemmy. Have you guys seen the documentary about Lemmy called Lemmy?
Yes.
It is awesome.
I about fell down when he went to the record store to buy the Beatles on mono.
Well, I love that, like when they show his place, man. I mean, okay, the guy's got to be a millionaire. Let's face it, he's got to be, and he lives in a shitty little apartment that is so filled with garbage on every square inch. And you're just like, what is going on? But he likes to live there because the rent's controlled and it's close to the bar.
And he cooks his, and he fries, when he eats, he fries his own potatoes. He fries his own chips. I was like, millionaire cutting up his potatoes and frying them. I'm like, he should be from the South. So,
I'm just going to make my own chips.
Yeah. Did I get that right, guys? Chips? I mean, is that
chips. Yes.
All right.
Chips.
Awesome. I'm learning.
That is serious.
Don't worry. We'll help you to speak English. Don't worry.
I know what we're speaking over here is American, but it's not English. I want to go to the English side. So.
I'm so glad somebody realises that now.
Nobody listens to me. Nobody will listen to me. Like, this is wrong.
See, I'm close to the British just because we're colonized, right? So I mean, I kind of have the best of both worlds. So
Yeah, our queen owns you. So.
and you know what? I'm fine with that. You know, I really am because I am all about the glittery crown stuff and scepters bashing people. So I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, I've had time to think about it. And I can respect anybody that takes their own porta potty international.
Yeah, yeah.
I respect that. That's clean.
Yeah.
I was looking at it wrong. It's not that she's too good to use our toilets. It's that she doesn't want to burden us with her poop. You know.
The royal we.
Yeah. She's like the Native Americans that were here. She leaves it like she found it. You know.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
And it smells like roses and crumpets. I had somebody email me about that. They didn't believe me when I said that she had brought her own porta potty to the restaurant here. And I said, no, seriously, that she did. That it was on like a trailer thing that they brought in, and they were like, no, you're full of crap. And I'm like, no, seriously, they did, man. Like, it's in the paper. It was in the paper. I remember the expositor kind of got in trouble because they had mentioned something like that. And it, like, you're not supposed to print anything that's derogatory whatsoever about, you know, royalty. And so I remember they kind of got in trouble about that a little bit. And that's how we found out that she had done that. But it was weird.
Yeah. It just
Hey,
seems
guys,
strange.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it just seems strange that the Queen would go to the toilet on something that we usually find on a building site.
Exactly, I know.
Does she have to put a high-vis jacket on and one of those helmets on as well before she went in? Or
I'm sure the inside of the thing probably looked nice. She probably had pictures of corgis and, you know, like...
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Philip, one's going for a two.
If you hear me grunt, please say something. I don't want any of the commoners to hear me.
Oh, bloody hell, not again.
Oh, there's corn in that one for sure. One can hear the plopping. Oh.
I heard somebody's TV. I thought somebody's girlfriend or wife was getting on to him. I'm like, I'm out. You know.
It's not here. I'm on my own in here.
I stepped away for a minute. Did everybody answer the question about the books the comic book they read this year or something? Is that still a topic?
We're just waiting for you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so nice.
That's what we're waiting for.
Well, now that I've stripped down and got the roses out and everything,
American Beauty.
yeah.
Oh,
it's a
draw
bad
that.
place.
Oh, don't make me sing. But I think a book that I got that it's not that great of a read. It's just refreshing and it's fun. Is the Rocketeer Adventures by IDW. It's got 3 different stories in it by different people every month. That's a good one. And then The Eternals by Jack Kirby. I finally got to sit down and read a whole bunch of them. And that's from the 70s. Holy cow, man. Those first 8 issues, I thought Kirby was trying to kill me. I mean, literally killing me. It was like he was coming at me with a chainsaw. And then all of a sudden, it just fizzled out. And I found out Marvel made him put the Eternals in the Marvel Universe. He was writing a book that was supposed to be in a world all of its own. So his quality went down after they pissed him off. And I was really happy, because I thought he was going to cut my head off with the book. It was something else.
Let's go back to the Eternals just for a second. I got to ask you some questions about that. Now, has everybody read the Eternals?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Jay, you'll read some of it at some point because it's one of those, like, once you get some Kirby stuff in your blood, you'll be so addicted to it. It's like friggin' superhero. But those books. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. The first issue of that, when you read that first issue, let's place that beside any issue today that's coming out. There is at least 3 or 4 times more content in that first issue than there is in any book coming out now.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, basically like those last 3 issues of Green Lantern that came out, that would have been one issue with 3 or 4 pages left over if Kirby had done it. Okay?
Right.
And that's why I haven't done. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and then it seems like, you know, after that first issue, you're like, wow, like this is so meaty. There's so much in this. But then when you start going, like the, you know, issue number 2, issue number 3, he starts adding to these books exponentially. By the time you're like at 4 or 5, you're just like, oh my God, I have to slow down to read this, and I have to actually really scan these panels because there's so much going in. It's like he's, you know, like taken a novel almost and tried to make it into a comic. Like it's insane.
See, Kirby did read a novel about space astronauts. That's where he got the idea from, right? But and it's like you said, the reason I haven't done a review on these is that I've got to reread them. I mean, you're absolutely right. There's so much in there. Kirby's deceptive, right? And you look at the stuff, it looks simple, blocky, comic book art, blotchy, bad dialogue. Then you read it a second time, and you're like, oh, there's more to this. And you read it a third time, you're like, this is freaking genius. And now you're going to have to take notes. You got to take notes. And and I'm
there's probably cliff notes for Kirby stuff everywhere.
Well, this definitely with this Eternals, this is definitely more ambitious than his New God stuff. But I mean, I absorb stuff like this like a sponge. Whether I get my facts wrong or right, you know, I can always know where to go back to check it. This stuff, I mean, he's just killing me, man. You'll read this stuff and then you're stuck on a big 2-page spread, taking it all in, and you're using both sides of your brain at the same time. It's hard to concentrate. You know, you're looking at it visually, then you're trying to take in the words. I mean, I can break this down to a scientific little medical thing here. This Eternal stuff is just amazing there. You know,
it's good. Like when I had to take my shirt off at one point because I was getting so friggin' sweaty, and it's like, man, I just have to sit in my underwear and read this.
Yeah, now you see why I lay on the floor with the flowers and the Olmec on my nipples.
Now I get it.
Yeah, I knew you'd come around. So, join me in the same house but separate rooms, sir.
We can call to each other from each room.
Yeah,
what part of your clothes are off now? Come on, Eternals number 6. I am butt naked, baby.
I'm getting the devil dinosaur. Look out.
All I'm wearing are my socks and a pair of glasses.
You know what? I'm the only American. I think I'm hanging in here pretty good.
Oh, man, this is fun.
I'm gonna do a video, man. I want to strategically place some roses and stuff, and be like, "Well,
only a handful of people will know what I'm doing right now, but those people will know exactly what is happening in this video. Everybody else will be like, "Oh my God, this guy, he went nuts! You should have seen this video. He was naked. He had a commandee over his private parts. He had roses in his mouth, and that was it. He was nuts."
he needed a tan. And the only people there'll be like 50 people in the whole world will be like, yeah, he's reading some Kirby. All right.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there was some point that his commandee slipped and I could see his brother eye.
Jay, tell me this is recording.
Sure is.
Oh.
He doesn't sound happy this time.
Kept speaking to Brother Eye, power me up. So much Kirby Crackle, I got Kirby Crackle on the walls.
I am Olmec.
Look at my mohawk. Oh,
my jaw. my jaw. My jaw
I'm
hurts.
sweating like I've been reading Kirby.
Yeah, I am too. I'm like, I'm not taking my shirt off now. Sucking down Gatorade.
If this doesn't get us viewers, I don't know what will.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh man, I think I laughed so hard my one eye started to come out a bit too much. Oh. Bug-eyed. My beard hurts.
You're gonna look like a spider picture here in a minute.
Yeah, with the buck teeth. Ah.
Um,
I'm gonna bite you.
That's what it looks like. It's like a cross between spider, like a spider, and like Goofy. Oh, I'm gonna suck all the juices straight onto your body. And she doesn't look all that scared, like we talked about. That she's just like, oh no. It's like, what? You've been eaten by a spider before? Like,
There we go.
Right back, guys.
all right. I knew it. He's going to take his clothes off right now. Oh, good lord.
Yeah. So what are we here for again?
All comedy, all the time.
Oh, my mouth is so sore.
Yeah. See, we should be on Comedy Central.
My jaw.
Yeah, I know, eh? We should be making like huge bucks doing this, man. They should be flying us all down somewhere to be sitting on a panel doing this for money.
Yeah.
Someday.
Yeah. We don't need the guild. Much more fun. Oh dear.
Oh, I had a question. It's a music question. Have any of you? Hey.
I may have an answer.
Oh, okay. Have any of you guys heard the new Elvis Costello album?
No.
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 Okay. Does anybody like him or?
Radio. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, his he's one of those like timeless guys, because it's been years since I've picked up anything of his, and I listened to the new one, and it was like listening from something from the '80s. It was just as good. I couldn't believe it.
I haven't listened to him since he had that song Veronica. That was for like 20 years ago.
Good tune.
That was a good time because you had it on MTV. You actually had Elvis Costello finally on MTV, and then you had Iggy Pop doing a duet with one of the girls from B-52s. Good time.
Oh, nice,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Candy with Kate Pearson. Yeah.
Right. B-52s rock, man.
Yep.
Rock lobster. Rock lobster. Ding 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 ding.
Own Private Ida.
Down. Sorry.
And then you have Devo. Devo was way ahead of their time. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dear.
Jocko Homo. Were the Psychedelic Furs big over in Susie and the Banshees? Were they big over in England? I mean, they came from there. I realized that. Were like, was there like a, I don't know.
Yeah, they were really sort of big, like the goth sort of scene and that, Susie and the Banshees and that, and Psychedelic Furs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now the goth movement. Over here we had new wave after the punk movement kind of died down. So is that what happened over there with music? The punk turned into goth, because I know Susie Sue hung out with Sex and everything.
No, we had after punk we had sort of like new wave of Adamant and Duran Duran and ABC and all those sort of groups that you've probably never heard of, and I don't know what I'm saying the names for.
No, I know them. I can
yeah.
I can say Adamant right now. So I mean,
I love ABC's "Book of Love." Man, I love that song.
Yeah,
they were. I've got Adamant's 45s on vinyl, not 2 feet from me. So yeah, I'm
Oh.
here.
Excellent. But yeah, after I think Goth really came just after the New Romantics and New Wave sort of thing,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
and then you had
Yeah.
like the Smiths and the Cure and all that, and all it sort of went from being all sort of relatively happy to really depressing.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because it was like you had like the Smiths and Joy Division and all that, and then all of a sudden there was
Joy
that
Division.
that turn where it was like Dead Can Dance and like and then like very quickly out of all that stuff was coming stuff like Skinny Puppy and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like it was really
Yeah, I always listened to like the metal bands, Kiss and stuff like that. Didn't really listen to a whole lot of stuff. I listened, Blondie, CB, Talking Heads, and all that stuff kind of came out of nowhere. And then I heard a song called Blue Monday by New Order, I think. It's Joy Division or Blue New Order. When I heard Blue Monday, I was like 10 years old, and I didn't know what the hell they were talking about it, but this was important. I was like, this song is awesome. So, yeah.
Yeah, Joy Division and New Order, both those bands were like so underclassified in the music genre. A lot of people
Early.
didn't turn into them because everybody said, well, all their stuff sounds the same, but it doesn't really all sound the same. It has, I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. Like, I mean, there's a vein that they have tapped into, and
They have substance. They have substance. They're singing about their lives, but it's poetic. You got to think about what they're talking about. You've gone through the same thing they have, and that's why it's kind of I don't know. I'm on a rant.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We know what you mean. What?
That song, talking about The Cure, the song that they did, Burn from The Crow. Remember the Crow soundtrack?
Yeah.
That song is like my favorite Cure song of all time, other than that really funny, happy one. What's that one? I can't remember.
Love Cats.
No. Friday, I'm in love. That one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Friday I'm in Love.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
Have you ever heard the song "Pictures of You" by The Cure?
Probably.
Oh my God, yeah, yeah, I got to watch myself with that song. That turns into a Johnny Cash drinking moment, So, and then Susie and the Banshees, I found Susie and the Banshees with my age, like I discovered them or something, but they were already there. They did "Dear Prudence" by the Beatles, and that was they took that song, made it their own. I never connected it was the same Beatles song, and I listened to the White Album since I was 5 years old. I mean, she's just phenomenal. So,
Yeah.
Can I just say, if you like New Order, whatever you do, don't listen to the track "World in Motion" because
okay.
just don't.
That's like saying if you like the Jam, don't listen to Style Council.
Oh. Okay, I got you. Were the Utah Saints from England?
Yes, they were a dance band. Well,
Yeah, they fooled me. That Utah threw me off. I thought they were from over here.
yeah,
A bunch of cow tippers that got into music.
yeah.
I was like, what are Mormons doing this stuff? They look, I'm like, what?
How many wives do you have? I got 4, baby, 4.
Something good. Oh, do y'all got questions about American Canadian music? We got Rush and we got Guns N' Roses. I mean, Bruce Springsteen.
I seen Geddy Lee once when I was in Toronto. I was like probably 16 or 17, waiting for somebody. I was sitting
When I was a kid, I thought Geddy Lee and Robin Williams were the same guy.
The older he gets, the more he looks like a witch.
Yeah, I can see him with the pointed hat. Yeah,
on a broom. Fly by night. Yeah, we know Geddy.
When I was a kid, Van Halen. What do you want? He's weird now.
Now?
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, he's always been weird.
Well, before he was eccentric and rich and rock and roll. Now he's just weird. It all came out. So
And apparently, he's like a horrible lover. I've heard like all these women saying that he is the worst person they've ever slept with, and there was like,
Oh, he's so
40
selfish.
exactly.
well, they
Takes their boots off.
yeah, they need to put 6 strings on them and just let him use his fingers. That's all there is to it.
Oh, good lord.
Oh,
Sorry, I didn't hear that. All I heard was something about Butterfingers. What was that? Sorry,
I don't know
I
if
think my head.
I don't
think
know if it's worth repeating.
Okay, that's right. I think
Oh,
my
no.
headphones went funny then for a second.
You said it, Tim. Go ahead and repeat it, or I'm gonna.
See, the guitar was originally based on the shape of a female. That's why it has curves. So for Eddie Van Halen to get anywhere and be productive in his skills as a lover, they just need to like string a woman up with 6 strings and just let him use his fingers only. So,
Of course, like Mark said, if they buttered his fingers, never mind.
yeah.
Oh man, what do you guys think of going back to comics?
Oh yeah, comics. Yeah.
Remember those little funny pages? Mark Millar and Steve McNiven are doing Nemesis 2. What do you think of that?
Oh,
Did you? Okay, let's put it this way. Did you like the first one?
I did.
I did too, but
Well, I just hope it doesn't turn out to be another Kick-Ass 2.
I'm glad that you said that. 'Cause-
Because Kick-Ass, the first Kick-Ass was really good.
right?
I thought it was really good anyway. Yeah, it was ultra violent, but it didn't go over the top. Kick-Ass 2 just went way over the top.
Right.
And
And,
I think
and
I
how
got-
do you how do you think Hit Girl's gonna do?
Yeah.
I've heard that Hit Girl is just reading like it's an extension of the Kick-Ass 2, like it's 2.1 of Kick-Ass 2.
Yeah. Doesn't Kick-Ass killed in the first page of it or something?
Oh, is he? I'm not getting it, so I didn't know.
I don't know. I've seen some pictures of that. I'm sure I've seen somebody wearing Kick-Ass's costume anyway, with half their head missing. Or something like that.
Oh,
So I don't know if he gets killed in the first couple of pages or not. But
that would constitute death, I would think.
yeah, not in the
Unless-
Walking Dead, though.
Yeah, unless you're in The Walking Dead and he gets shot in the eye.
Yeah,
That wouldn't kill him. He's just a kid. He'd pull through just fine.
yeah,
The cowboy hat
Maybe-
deflected the bullet out of the back of his head.
yeah, yeah. Just like a
Yeah,
cowboy.
maybe Miller's making a comment about Walking Dead. We just missed it. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's it. Miller and Kirkman hate each other, and they're taking shots at each other through their books.
Yeah.
You heard it from Constant Bromstar first, people, right there.
Somehow, I don't think I'm right.
Oh. They might get together and do the Kick-Ass Dead or something.
That'd be awesome. Everybody who
Walking-
died in Kick-Ass comes back as zombies.
Yeah. Or the Walking Ass.
Oh, yes! Yes! That would be awesome. It's just the waists down of all of these characters, and you have to guess who's who. That's Michonne there, because I think she's black.
Although I think that might be like the first few pages of Saga. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't tell if those two chicks from Sextillion, because I mean they're just heads and legs, right? So
Yeah. That's
it's got to
what
be the hostess. It's got to be the hostess. Oh man! Of course, if everybody was zombies like that, it'd be really easy to kill them because their heads are so freaking huge. All you'd have to do is like shoot them, right? Be like that'd be the perfect kill. Well, you can't miss them. I mean, they're 200, 300 feet away, and you can just throw a rock and kill them. Their heads are so damn big, and they're all mushy like a big old melon.
Get with a catapult.
Yeah. Catapulting cows at them. Mm. And mutant chickens.
Oh.
Good lord. This podcast has just gone all over the place. Every time I look at the screen, Mark's dad is looking right at me. I love that picture of your dad, man. Stanley! I wish
My
everybody could see that. Yeah, your dad, because you got it
Yeah.
on your profile picture. I wish
Yeah.
everybody could see that picture. Like, you should post that, like, in your next video or something.
My dad is Stanley.
It's weird because, like, Tim's got the Magado, and then there's Mark's dad, and then the next one is Jay, and Jay has Stan Lee, so you can see, like, they are so close because they're right beside each other. It's so funny. Oh man.
Oh yes.
I have something else I want to ask you guys. There's a book coming out from Legendary Press called The Tower Chronicles. It's written by Matt Wagner, illustrated by Simon Bisley, and the cover art is by Jim Lee. Have you guys seen the solicits for this in the new preview book?
Yeah, I saw a little thing of it, but I haven't really looked at it properly. I just
What
saw
was
it was.
The premise of this sounds really amazing. All it is it's just John Tower is a supernatural bounty hunter haunted by a grim and secretive past. Like, a supernatural bounty hunter. Like, that sounds brilliant to me. A bounty hunter of the supernatural. Like, how much do you charge for vampires? Well, you know, it's a flat rate. Ghosts are a little more because they're harder to reach. It just
The
sounds
standard Nosferatu is. If you want me to go after a Das One Pier, yeah.
awesome. And Simon Bisley, I love his art. He's really amazing.
So the only reason why I would have probably picked up the Deathstroke comic beforehand was because of Simon Beasley's artwork on the cover.
Right.
That's the rest of it was no. Especially now that Rob Liefeld's doing something with it, drawing it or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, no, wouldn't touch it with a barge pole.
Do you remember there were some heavy metal magazines out in the mid 80s, and Bisley was doing the art, and it was of a character called Slain. Do you remember those?
Yeah,
Oh my god, that was like the most beautiful
The,
artwork.
that was originally in 2000 AD.
Is that what that's from?
Yeah, Slane's from Slane McGroth, the barbarian.
Man.
Yeah, it's from 2000 AD.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I love, like, I've been trying to find those heavy metals with Slain in it. So that character's actually from that magazine. Excuse me, from that magazine.
yeah. So it's from 2000 AD. Originally come from there.
Oh man, so there must be like huge backstories of that character then, eh? Has he been around for a while?
Yeah, so like the mid 80s, I think it was 1983.
Oh, that's
If it's that.
awesome.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I just looked them up, man. These are I've seen these.
He had the like 3-foot hair straight up in the air.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I look like first in the morning.
Yeah, we call that the Nikki Sixx of Motley Crue. So,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he even had
You
the
know
marks
what?
on his face.
I wonder who came first, Lobo or Slain. I'm seeing a lot of similarities.
Yeah, Slane come first because Lobo was
I
in
think
Omega
so.
Man 3, wasn't it? Which is 1984, 85.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would
See-
be pretty close.
Yeah, and see, Keith Giffens, he's sort of gotten in trouble for picking up a few things here or there, style-wise.
Oh, yes, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, here's one where he looks just like Lobo, which I'm sure you guys can see. Sorry about that. It's Murder Ball, something... Oh, come on, it's coming up here. It's not a game, it's Murder Ball, Slain the Mercenary, and it looks almost just like Lobo. It's even got the black triangle marks on his eyes. And there's a character named Lobo that runs around with him. This is awesome.
Oh wow, that's really weird, eh? Jeez.
2000 AD covers uncovered. That's where I got it from.
Yeah. There you go, Mark. You're gonna have to do like an expose with Tim on this. You guys will have to do like joint venture. We are uncovering all the lies, all the damn lies in comics.
Yeah, I hear him now on his podcast. Well, Kasha Bromstar brought this up, and Tim went off. Yeah, I'm here to get this fact straight. You know,
I just baited the hook. I used a Cheeto and a half-warm beer.
And he jumped it.
I don't know what you're talking about, but Cheeto and half-warm beer, that's pretty good. That sounds real appetizing.
I love when you let cheesies sit out, and they sit out overnight, and then when you go to eat them, they're chewy, like the texture of them have gone from crunchy to actually like eating like real stringy bologna or something. I don't get those too much.
I'm getting hungry now. Again.
Well, the audio's just gone really weird.
We're probably filling up the memory. Oh. Well, I think I'm going to have to bounce here in a minute. I'm getting really hungry, and it's almost 3 here, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. How long have we been on? Oh, we've been on for like an hour 40. Nice. Well, how long altogether, though?
It was about 20. We started about 20 minutes in recording, so it's been about an hour and 20 minutes. And I got to get my clothes back on and go get something to eat. So, a lot of effort there.
I got a dry heave. Okay. That was that was podcast gold, if I may say so myself. Right there.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
That was a damn sweet episode. My goodness. I'd just like to say, people, if you're out there and you're listening to this, you know how important we are to the comic community. So you need to do something about it. So you need to, not only do you need to subscribe, but you need to get a hold of, guys like Jay and Phil who put podcasts on, and you need to get a hold of us because you know that you want to be on these kind of podcasts with us, and that can happen. Your dreams can come true.
And clothing is optional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really. Sometimes we have video chats and we all just sit around. We don't have no clothes on. It's okay though, where everybody's okay with themselves. So
All adults. Yeah.
yeah, we're all
it's-
adults.
Yeah. It's all pure. It's natural. It's how we get our
That's right.
bond.
Yep. So if you'd like to join in to something like that, please feel free to contact anybody involved in these kind of things. And
If Jessica Alba wants to join in one of those as well, that'd be fine. Or
Happily do a video chat.
Yeah. Mark will bring his nasty covers. And
Jessica, have you seen this one? Oh my God!
but it's a beautiful thing, people. It's a beautiful thing.
it's not smutty.
No, not at all. Not at
Yeah,
all.
that's one thing I don't like is smut. I don't like it.
That makes me just feel dirty. Well, that cover was quite nice. I like it. That's what we need. We need to get some stars on here. Not that we're not star material because we're pretty damn close, I think, at this point. But we need to get some stars who are into comics as well on here. Maybe Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage, if you're listening, pop on. Maybe we'll have some time for you and we can get you on here and you can talk. Ghost Rider.
Nah, man. I want Adam West. Screw Nicolas Cage.
I was getting to that, Tim. Now Nick's not going to come on because you said that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jeez.
Tell him
You
I
don't
was. No, tell him I was I was acting.
Well, he doesn't know anything about acting. Come on, Tim. Gee.
Haven't you seen National Treasure?
Ghost Rider 1 or 2.
Yeah, I didn't see Ghost Rider 2 because I knew better, but
I haven't seen either of them because I knew better. Forget that noise. Good Lord. It's like whoever played the Flaming Skull was way better than Nicholas was.
that was Elvis.
I think we need to get Bruce Campbell on here personally.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Cool.
I think he'd do it. I think he would do it.
Well, he lives in the States, Tim, so you give him a ring.
Yeah. I know if you email him, he emails you back.
Okay, do that then.
Oh, sweet.
Do that.
I know if you email him, he does actually personally send you back an email.
Cool.
I'm seriously going to see if I can find his email, though, because you know what? Wouldn't that be awesome if we got on here one day and Jay's like, oh, yeah, Bruce is on here, too. Like, oh!
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
It'd
I
be
just
alright.
hope Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'll be alright as long as I don't do what I did when I met Jim Shooter.
What did you do?
I sort of went up to him, and it was when Defiant was coming up.
Oh.
Yeah, with Warriors of Plasma and that. And he was signing stuff and that, and I just went up to him and he went, "Hi, how are you?" I went, "You're Jim Shooter?" He went, "Yes, I am." I went, "Do you write comics?" He goes, "Yes, I do." I went, "Can I have your gun, please?"
Oh.
And I sort of walked away and went, "You idiot."
I think that's a normal reaction, though, man. Seriously, like, as cool as we are in real life. I mean, when we get around these kind of people, we just lose her. I'll tell you, if Kate Bush was ever in an area where I could get to her, it would be all over. I don't even know the things I'd probably say to her. I've loved you for so long, and can I have a piece of your hair, please? I know I would. I know I would. I'd end up crying. I know I'd cry. It's just ridiculous.
You'd go up to her wearing the red dress, singing Babushka.
Right. Yeah. Babushka! Oh God, Kate, please. Can you just kiss my cheek and I just want some hair? I love you. Hounds of love. Oh God, please. Can I have your bra?
Can I be your Heathcliff?
I'd get her to sign my back and get it tattooed or something. Sign my back? Yeah, right, whatever, but no, she did really. Yeah.
You could get her to sign Kate just below your stomach.
Yeah. She wouldn't have enough time to sign my stomach. Do you got another marker? This one's run out.
Spray can?
Get a can of paint. There we go. Kate Bush. There you go.
Yeah. No, she just signs Kate just below your stomach. So you have Kate Bush.
Oh, see, I didn't even get that at first. I can show her my tattoo on my bum I have an M on each cheek, so it says "Mom." And
when he stands on his head, it says "Wow."
Yeah, I'm on my back. It says "Wow." That's an old. I'll tell you though, I almost had that done.
Guys, I'll tell you, this is a true story, man. When I lived up in a place called Coburn, Virginia, back in like '93 or something, no joke, there were some bikers that lived across the road from the apartment complex I was in, and Big Mama would come out, and she would have on chaps and stuff, and she would not wear. She wore like, I don't know if it was a G-string, but she had "bitch" tattooed across her butt. And I was just like, I think I discovered the word biatch years before it ever became popular. So.
Wow.
Did the T get lost?
No, an O appeared.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Biatch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I moved. I only lived there like 9 months. I got out of there. So, you know.
Oh, this is the podcast that's like in the basement. Like, did you listen to the new podcast? Yeah, they dug that one out of the basement. It was incredible. There's been more talk of butt cracks on this podcast than any other one we've done.
Because Walmart was brought up.
Even the
Whoa.
last one.
Got a bit of it.
I'm sorry, Ghost Critic just popped up on my screen out of nowhere.
He's like that.
I don't know what happened. Yeah.
Hello, it's Mark.
Hello, it's me.
I'm just waiting for it. Pick of the week.
Pick of the week.
Do you
The
remember?
Walmart. No.
My pick of the week.
Oh,
It's got to be a Batman title because I love Batman or Swamp Thing. Perhaps Animal Man. You get so mad at me when you know I was doing that.
do the bit where he's always like, and I love it when he does this though. He's like, it's a bit of a surprise for me. You'll be surprised that I picked this one. I know.
I know, it's a bit of a surprise. I didn't think I was going to like this one. You know, I didn't. I hated it.
Oh. I
That's you
love
are
Walmart.
Christmas card list.
Ghost
Did you ever
Critic's only
see?
ever... Eh?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say... what the hell was I going to say? Ghost Critic's only done like one podcast. I have to have him on sometime.
Yeah.
What's with the echo? Good Lord Almighty, what's going on with the echo? It's coming through Tim's thing. Tim, do you got your headphones on? Put your headphones on, man.
Is that better?
No.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes. Sorry. Say it again. Yes. What?
Yes. Yes. No. No. Yes. Syllabus.
That's better.
Okay.
Up a bit.
No, I can hear alphabet come out of the Magato.
Sugar Plum Fairy. No.
Sugar plum fish.
It's a Beatles thing, I swear.
Mum was like sugar. And he left me nickels under the pillow because he knocked all my teeth out with his sugar bum.
That's really echoey.
All right, guys, I've had fun. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here and go get something to eat.
All right.
And
Okay.
I enjoyed it. Thank you for having me, guys.
You're welcome.
Thanks for
Anytime.
To have you.
Next time, put clothes on.
Yeah. That way we won't have to have you so much.
I'm trying to figure out how to hang up.
It's the receiver.
Oh.
Big red receiver that says end call.
Oh, the one looks like Princess Leia's hair. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
Joof.
Come back,
he's
go.
gone. And there goes the echo.
Yeah. Oh man.
Ah,
Oh, I'm definitely gonna get on some of the name.
See?
I've forgotten it
Yeah, that-
already. I'm gonna just yeah, Jack Kirby.
Oh, yes.
And then we can all take clothes off on the video.
Yes.
The Eternals.
I still got to send those books, man. I'm probably going to have to send them Tuesday because we're closed or everything's shut down tomorrow. So I've been lax in getting everything out. I was supposed to send something to Phil too, and just I just forgot. No, and that's even a lie. It's not that I forgot. I haven't done it. So I'm sorry.
I couldn't be asked.
Right.
They can wait. I'll blame the post.
Jay's at the post office every day, standing there. I love Jack Kirby. I love Jack Kirby. I love Jack Kirby. And he's like, nothing for you today. Oh, Scott's a bastard. I knew you'd forget me. Stinking rubbish bastard.
Bloody Canadians.
Bunch of corn-eating, bacon-filled sons of bitches. I will send it Tuesday, I promise.
Blame UPS.
Yeah, actually, I did send it. Didn't you get it?
No.
Rotten UPS, corn-eating, bacon-filled bastards. Brown truck-driving wankers. Do they have the UPS in Britain? Obviously, that's probably a stupid question. Do they?
What was that, sorry?
UPS? Do they have UPS drivers in Britain?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they all brown, like the brown trucks?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they close their eyes, they disappear. It's scary. It's like, the van's here, but where's the guy who's delivering?
Right. Behind a bush somewhere, waiting for you to look away. Run! Get the book! Go!
And they're not as happy as they are in the commercials either.
No, that's truly a falsehood, I believe.
Sure, that's got to be against like, advertising standards or something.
I've met one at the door before, like opening the door to get the mail, and he's coming up the steps, and he just looked totally angry that I had opened the door at the same time that he was gonna deliver a package, and it's like, sorry, man, I live here. Like, you could have just left it in the door, and he's like, here. I was like, jeez, man.
I wasn't going to enjoy putting that through the letterbox.
Yeah.
You've taken away the only pleasure I've got with my job.
I was gonna smash it a few times off the floor before I put it.
Oh, we forgot to tell Tim about question time.
Question time.
Yeah, me and Mark got
Tell
issue
Scott.
17. The one that Tim showed with Watchmen in.
Question number 17.
What did I say? Question time. I don't know where I
You're
got that
thinking
from.
of, you're
'cause
thinking
I
of
was like-
Dimbleby.
I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Question
we'll have
time
to talk to him
TV
about
program in the UK, so that might be what you're thinking about it. There was there was another comic as well that I picked up that Tim had on one of his videos. Just one on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
The Baron Werewolf Haunted Library comic from Colin.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I picked one up.
Nice.
Yes.
Those books are so sweet. Oh,
They're really good, aren't
they are. Like, I mean, there is a antique market somewhere around here. It's like half an hour from here, and there's a guy who has literally, I think he has 3 or 4 long boxes filled with all those titles, like the Ghosts title, the the Unexpected, all, even the small run ones. So I've been thinking about maybe trying to go and picking them up at some point, but his prices are a little much for those books. You know, he's one of those guys that just kind of puts $10 on everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I had a bit of a lucky run today. Other than obviously a couple of days ago going to the works and picking up about 400 comics from there.
yeah. Those videos are so frustrating. You watch and I'm like, oh my god, he's got like 600. And I went out and I got 3 comics, and then I said to my wife, I want to go out and buy comics. And she's like, stop watching those videos, because every time you do, you want to go out and spend like $1,000.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it? I went to a boot sale today.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yeah.
That's where I lived, near where I live. And I picked up You probably never heard of it. There was it's like a kids comic in the 1970s called Shiver and Shake.
No, I've never heard of
Shiver was a ghost and Shake was an elephant.
it. Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
It's just like the weird like combination that they had in kids comics in those days. And it was like comedy horror stories. There was. Do you remember the book that came out, Albion, from Grant Morrison?
Yeah, Albion was awesome.
Yeah. There was a guy in there called Fiendish.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, he's based on one of the characters out of Shiver and Shake. Shiver and Shake.
Oh, okay, nice.
I picked up two annuals from there, one from 1981, one from 1983. I've got them on a video that I'm going to put.
Oh, that's cool.
And I also picked up 3 issues of the Marvel Chillers,
Oh, those are awesome.
the little novelizations of certain comic books and that.
Yeah, those are neat. I've seen a couple of them.
And I got them for like 20 pence each.
Oh,
And they're
nice.
big, thick books too, aren't they?
Yeah,
And they got beautiful covers.
yeah, really good. Even got the posters still in them as well, which I thought was quite good.
Nice. Yeah.
So yeah, that was my sort of like my bargain of the day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I must go to a few boot sales.
I wish we had something like that here, but we don't. Garage sales are the closest we get to anything like that.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, seeing Tim when he put that video up of the flea market he went to,
Yeah.
that's just awesome. That is. I wish we had something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that in the States, they have like year-round flea markets where, they have like warehouses or I don't know, barns or whatever the hell they can find, and they're year-round. Like those people have their stuff there, all the time. I mean, we don't in the wintertime here, just because it's so bloody cold. They don't have flea markets or anything like that going on here, but they do have our antique store, or well, not stores, our antique markets here and stuff are almost flea marketish. I mean, you get the antiques like furniture wise, but then you also get the other aspect of it, like comics and stuff. So
Yeah. No, I'd love to go to somewhere like that and just walk in there and find all these sort of boxes of comics and that going, where do I go? Which one do I do first?
yeah.
Do the Homer Simpson drool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. The Shiver and Shake. That's neat looking.
Yeah.
You just never put those two kind of characters together. I would never think of an elephant and a ghost together.
I know, it's really freaky, isn't it?
I have a, I think it's called a Whoopi annual with Frankenweenie or Franken something on it. It's Frankie Stein, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a UK book, and it's really cool. I really like it.
I picked up a Whoopi annual as well with the Shiver and Shake ones. That was 20 pence as well. I
Oh,
can't remember
nice.
what year it was, but yeah, that had Frankie Stein in it and Toy Boy and all those sort of weird characters that they had that when you used to read them when you were younger, it made complete sense, but now you look at it and you think, what were they smoking?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And like the Beano and stuff. Every once in a while I'll find like an old Beano or something. And
Yeah.
there was a guy who owned a bookstore in a little town, and it was all like really hard to find books that were out of print or first editions. He had the entire Wizard of Oz first editions. I couldn't believe that I was standing looking at these books, and he wanted upwards of $800 a piece. But in my books, that's still cheap for a first edition.
Yeah.
And he had a stack of about 4 feet off the ground from the floor to like halfway up my chest of old British annual books like those ones like Beano and all those. But then there were some superhero ones that I had never heard of, and he hadn't priced any of them. And the chick who was working said that I couldn't buy them because they weren't priced, and I was so mad because they were so cool looking.
So I'll stand here until you do price them then.
Yeah.
Now, hurry
I
up.
could just intimidate her and said, "I'm gonna rip your throat out if you do." Okay, here. Flea markets, nice.
I'll put that on the video if I remember.
All right, that's classic. Oh,
I just
man.
made that as well.
Oh, I was gonna say, cause like, geez, man, that's like, where did you find that? We were just talking about that. There's a Canadian stupid moment. Oh, I can't believe it! You found that. We were just talking about it. It's amazing. Corn eating, bacon filled Canadian.
Scott, could you do me a favour?
Yeah, man.
Could you say about?
About.
Ah,
I know. I don't get the whole about thing, but
Yeah.
I have caught myself a few times saying about and it actually sounding a little bit like that, because I had a violent response to somebody one time, and she was saying, "Oh, you guys always say a boot," and I'm like, I've never, and I was like really mad because she was like being a real, witch, and I'm like, I've never said fucking a boot in my life, and going on, and then I remember like a couple of weeks ago talking to somebody, and I said it. I'm like, oh my god, I said it. I said a boot. My brother-in-law
Doc-
is really bad.
it's like Doc and Howlett. I
Yeah.
don't know his real name. Sorry. You hear him on there, and he says a boot. And,
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, but South Park has ruined Canada for me. Sorry.
It could be a regional thing too. Like, I mean, I know the people out west, that's where Chris lives, like Doc and Howlett, and those
Yeah.
guys, they do tend to kind of say that stuff a little more.
Yeah.
It sounds rather Scottish as well. A boot.
Yeah, I suppose it does, doesn't it?
If Comic Noob
Boot.
listen to this, he'll be able
Yeah.
to tell us.
Boot and a whiskey. I couldn't find my whiskey because it got smacked about my head, and I was unconscious. We had two Scottish guys working with us at the plant, and I could not understand them. I would stand in front of them, look them right in the eyes, and I'd have to ask them like 20 times. I'm like, and I felt really bad because I'd be like, I'm sorry, I didn't catch it. And that's like, I'm asking him like the 9th time, right? I'm sorry, I didn't catch it. He's like, I'm like, I'm so sorry, but I don't know what you're saying. And they get madder, and then their brogue is like 10 times worse, right? What the fuck? They cannot put them on to Sunday. I'm like, I'm you know what? Just, use your hands or something and try to write it down for me.
Could you please speak English? I am speaking English, you stupid Sassenach.
Exactly. Exactly. And then we have a guy there that's deaf, right? So on one side of me is the Scottish guys. The other side's the deaf guy, who, for somebody who can't speak, he's got a lot to say. Like, he's a horrible guy, man. And between those guys, my life at that plant is just miserable. But the Scottish guys ended up getting fired, so it's a little bit better.
I just sent you a link for the Scottish Star Trek.
Nice. Oh my god, I gotta.
That's real Scottish. That is. That's. Yeah. So, just talk amongst yourself.
Taste ciders in space.
Aye. Yeah. Everything's got a bit milky. Although that was more jolly than Tayside, actually, but there.
try and remember to put that into the description so everyone can watch it.
Have I sent you the link, Jay?
I've
Oh
just
my
Google.
God.
I've got it on Google.
You've got it, have you? Oh, you got it. That's right.
And I love how they're putting in the brackets like what they're saying and stuff. Oh my god.
Did you get the bit where the aliens contacted them?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah. This makes for a great podcast, this does. Just hearing people laugh.
Oh dear. Right, what we'll do is we'll wrap up the official podcast and then we'll continue talking. To So, thank you everyone for listening. This is without doubt been the best one we've done. And yes, thanks for everyone for listening, and we'll see you next week for the next podcast.
Oh, I can't wait. It's so fun.